Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Destin Learning. Continuing our series on Linux, this video is how you can install Linux on your PC. Linux is a perfect way to rejuvenate an old desktop or notebook computer that you're no longer using. Linux is a lightweight operating system and can breathe new life in old hardware. It's a perfect way to learn about the Linux operating system from the ground up. Let's go ahead and take a look. Installing Linux can revitalize old hardware, offer a secure OS, and introduce open source software. Choose a distribution like Ubuntu or Fedora and follow straightforward steps to install it. Installing Linux on your PC can revitalize older hardware, provide a secure and customizable OS, and introduce you to open source software. Choose a distribution like Ubuntu or Fedora and follow the straightforward installation steps. Let's explore some popular Linux distributions. Ubuntu is great for beginners with its easy-to-use interface and community support. Fedora offers the latest software. Linux Mint is perfect for Windows users transitioning to Linux. Other options include Debian, Arch Linux, and CentOS for specific needs. Before installing a new system, back up your important files. Ensure your hardware meets the minimum requirements, typically 2 gigabytes of RAM and 20 gigabytes of disk space. To create a bootable USB drive, use Rufus for Windows or Etcher for Linux/Mac. Insert a USB drive with at least 4 gigabyte capacity, launch the tool, select the ISO file, and write the ISO to the USB. To create a bootable installation media, download the ISO file for your Linux distribution. Use Rufus or Etcher to create a bootable USB drive. Insert a USB drive, launch the tool, select the ISO file, and write it to the USB. To download the ISO file for your chosen Linux distribution, visit its official website and locate the download section. Select the appropriate ISO file for your system and start the download process. To boot from a USB drive, restart your PC and enter the BIOS UEFI settings by pressing F2, F12, or delete during startup. Change the boot order to prioritize the USB drive, save your changes, and reboot your PC. Most Linux distributions offer a live environment. You can either select Try Linux to test the OS without installing it, or install Linux to proceed with the installation. When installing Linux, you can choose to dual boot, replace your existing OS, or use custom partitioning. Key partitions include root, swap, and home ... Let's discuss the key partitions in Linux. The primary partition is the root, where Linux is installed. There's an optional swap partition for systems with low RAM, and another optional partition /home for storing user files and settings. There are 3 main options for installing Linux: dual boot, replace existing OS, and custom partitioning. Dual boot allows you to keep your current OS and add Linux. Replacing the existing OS wipes your system and installs Linux. Custom partitioning is for advanced users to create custom partitions. To install, follow the on-screen instructions by setting your time zone, keyboard layout, and user credentials. Once installation is complete, remove the USB drive and reboot. After installing your system, update it using commands like sudo dnf update for Fedora. Install essential software such as web browsers, media players, and Office suites. Lastly, configure any necessary hardware drivers. Now, let's look at some things to consider when choosing a Linux distribution. To begin, install essential software such as web browsers, media players, and Office suites. Next, configure drivers for your hardware to ensure everything works correctly. To ensure compatibility, test the live environment with your hardware. Always keep a backup of your data. If you encounter issues, check community forums for troubleshooting tips. In summary, installing Linux on your PC offers numerous benefits, including security and efficiency. This guide provides essential steps for installing popular distributions like Ubuntu and Fedora, ensuring a smooth experience. Post-installation, You can enjoy a powerful, customizable, and user-friendly computing environment. Well, that's all for this video. I hope it's giving you some good ideas of how you might install Linux on one of your own machines. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up button. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing to our channel. That's all for now. I'll see you in another video soon. Bye for now.